Check. Hey everyone, welcome in. We've got a great stream for you today. Feeling a lot better than yesterday, I think, and yeah, just kind of out of the funk and ready for some D4. So let's get right into it. We've got our Necro to play. I want to work on some backup gear today. Make sure we can, you know, further min-max our gear. I think I want to kill some bosses. Let's see, where are we at? Where are we at? We got a lot of things to do. Vampire Zone is up. Let's probably do that. I just poured some fresh tea. So that is, whew, it's nice and steamy here. Man, these boss parts and potions and elixirs and everything, all being in sort of the same inventory. There's not even that many slots. It's like it's crazy that you have to compete for all of that same space. I think that's something that they will have to work on. So we'll see what Blizzard's got up their sleeve. We have our farming stuff on. Oh no, this is like our tier 100 stuff. Maybe, let's see. Should we do some tier 100 stuff? Sure, we can do some tier 100 stuff. You know what we should do? Something that I haven't done very much. We can go do tier 100s, and we can basically just pick up everything. We can kind of do that meta, and picking up everything will fundamentally lead us to picking up some decent gear. Honestly, I think the best gear isn't even necessarily 925 gear. It's all about the stats and the DR. Because we're gonna hit max damage stats no matter what we do. There's really not much going on there in terms of maximizing damage. What is this thing we're supposed to click on? What's this corpse pile? Hey Yatia, how you doing? Did you see the comment I left on a Vortex video on YouTube? I'll be honest, it's very difficult to keep track of like everybody's usernames everywhere, so like I probably saw it, but I don't know if you have the exact same username everywhere across the internet, right? And so that gets difficult to track. Your comment was regarding Starless Skies. I think I do remember a Starless Skies comment. I do try to get to as many comments as I can, but I just don't have time for everything. One of the things I did do today was I started reformatting all of the tables on MAXROLL for the legendary Codex of Power loot, !loot for all of that stuff in the chat. And so that article is it's a work of art. Let's just say that there's a lot of work that has gone into that, and in fact, the earliest versions of that article were started in the October of last year. So it's been a hot minute that we've been working on those to make sure that all of those aspects are kind of like optimized for you guys, because Blizzard certainly doesn't get it perfect. Zaphod getting the first. Hey Patrick, welcome in. Happy Wednesday, y'all. Is it Wednesday? What day is it? I don't even know. It's Wednesday. What am I even doing? I'm doing this event, but I'm just kind of like blindly doing it. Sometimes, this one thing I do a lot in these like vampire zones is I just like zone out. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. Game is just like playing itself. We're playing Diablo? Are we? What even is playing Diablo? Any guesses on itemization updates? I think what they're going to talk about is the Abattoir of Zir stuff, right? So, like, Filthy Rich, they tweeted out that Filthy Rich is going to be actually playing some Abattoir of Zir live on stream before any of us get access to it. So I think that's the thing they're probably going to showcase the most. Filthy Rich is one of the community managers for Diablo 3. And he's a bro. Oh, it's got monster poison damage. You can't do it. Carrion Fields is crap. Goa, monster damage. God damn it. Hollow, bleeding. Light Swatch, attack speed. Heathen, attack speed. Light Swatch, cold. Luban, attack speed. Hollowed, cold. Sure, let's go do Luban's. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pick up literally everything. No, Deserted underpass is actually amazing. The problem is the affliction, Patrick. There's the bug with the afflictions right now. So basically, if there's an affliction that does damage over time, then those afflictions are doing a tremendous amount of damage. And I would probably do them in softcore, but in hardcore, that's a no-go zone. So those just get salvaged because they're bugged. And so we're gonna pick up every yellow. That's what we want. Well, okay, maybe not every yellow. I think maybe I'm only interested in armor, jewelry. See, like that comma, even if that was a perfect comma, doesn't help me at all. It's like, we just got to keep a pretty sharp eye on what's on the ground. It's like legs, chests, especially.
Hello.
Hey, Supremo. I was thinking about you today, bud. I was like, oh, I gotta get that lurk sound in there, but I didn't have time to get around to it. I was editing the legendary aspects article today, trying to format all of those tables and improve those tables a little bit. I'll be worried when it turns into having dreams. Don't worry, I haven't really been sleeping very well lately, so I'm working too much, man. I'm feeling a lot better than I was yesterday. Yesterday I was in some weird funk. I don't know. So I think that funk, whatever the funk that was, is gone. Yeah, let's pick up this ancestral ring. We like those. Gonna play AOZ on hardcore? Yes, I am. Magic Pants. You're definitely gonna be playing AOZ on hardcore. This thing is gonna pop. So you don't want boots. Rings are good. Chests are good. Do you know Rob? Yeah, I know Rob. Yeah, me and Rob have played a lot of Diablo together over the years. How you doing, Ellis? Is X-Files more damage than swapping your Skelly Defenders for Reapers? So if you swap Skelly Defenders for Reapers, and you can solve the missing res. What that does is it does give you more DPS, but it lowers your sort of like base armor and survivability. So you're trading. You're not necessarily making a optimal survivability trade-off, but you are making a base survivability trade-off. And there are situations like the situation that I'm in right now, where I don't have Bone Storm up, my Fortify is kind of lower, Disobedience isn't stacked, right? Like, my character is sort of at base survivability, and it is useful, particularly in hardcore, to have good base survivability. You don't just want to have peak survivability that is maxed out, right? So, in my opinion, having that base survivability can be very important. And so that's why I prefer the skeletal defenders. It also, the other thing it does is it just makes gear swaps a lot easier. So if you want to swap between doing like Abattoir of Zir and then run around, do a Helltide with faster gear or whatever, you don't have to like worry about min-maxing anything. It just, everything will just kind of work naturally. Do you know his video about infinite life, Barb? Yes. Yeah, so essentially what you're talking about there is like what you can do right now in the game is you can stack damage DR while injured. And DR while injured is the most potent form of DR in the game. And if you stack that and then you're at low life with Selig, then essentially you can take damage. You've reduced the damage that you can take to such a point where essentially the amount of resource that you generate from getting hit is higher than the amount of damage that you would you would take. So all you're really doing is you're making sure that that DR is high enough, and doing DR while injured will do that for you. So yeah, that's kind of what Rob is doing there. That's really only possible on Barb because Barb is the only class that gets resource when they get hit. But you can do some different kinds of things on Druid and on Necromancer as well. Like Necromancer has very good essence generation from CC effects, so you can actually generate tons and tons of essence from Selig that way as well. So there, other classes do have survivability tricks up their sleeve as well. You made a new one that doesn't require low life. Well, I mean, it's just as long as you have enough DR, right? But low life DR is the most potent DR in the game, so like I would see, I think that's probably, it's not the most practical option because it's very difficult to kind of get to that state. But it is like the most DR you can get if you're going for sort of like a theoretical maximum. So there's a lot of different ways that you can do that. I like this, I like what we just did. I have like my eyes open for the different like classes of loot that I'm trying to pick up. I just picked up like 4 or 5 shields. A lot of hardcore deaths are going to happen day 1 AOZ. Potentially, I mean, we have the escape death potion, we have scroll. If you're a good player, you should kind of know what you're walking into. Ooh, Max Embalmer is always good. Max Embalmer is always good. We like Max Embalmer. Okay, let's take a look. Pants, no. Chest, no. Ring, No. Vuln Lucky, no. Pants, no. Ring, no. Crit Fizz, no. Shield, no. Should I look for crit gear for that build? Or no? Which build are you talking about, Ellis? Crit is always good to stack, particularly for softcore. Generally, crit is going to be the best way to get as much damage as possible. Ooh, this is a decent shield. I might hold on to that one. Infinite Life Barb. Well, Infinite Life Barb isn't a build, it's a mechanic, right? You'd have to, like... You'd have to put a bonk barb on there as well. So yeah, it's like whatever you would normally build for, like, Hoda. And then you just swap it into Selig.
New follower.
Ellis, thank you for that follow. You have more questions? Yeah, I'd be happy to help you out. This is not a bad piece here. DR Fortified Shadow. I guess the shadow damage could have rolled quite a bit better. Let's see what else I got on deck for shields. I got this guy. Oh, right. This was re-rolled. It's got a resist all roll. I remember theory crafting this. I don't think this is worth the DR swap. But you could do stuff with this that's pretty interesting. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Resist all swap. I guess I don't have any other shields on deck, so... I'm using a Resol shield for my pure dot variant. Yeah, Resol, yeah, shields are the GOAT. Shields are definitely the GOAT. We got a Helltide. We want to do a boot swap here. Do a Godslayer swap. Do a Lidless swap. Yeah, let's just stay there. I thumbed up. I watched your vids last. Thank you for the content, bro. You're top notch. Thank you, Jay. I appreciate that comment, man. Yeah, I do my best, man. We're not rich and famous yet. We're just gonna try to help you guys out as much as possible. Death's Defense, that's a shield. I do like running around Helltide a little bit with this level 100 swap, because we just like can run at the speed of insanity and everything just melts. Like I barely even have to play the game. It's fun in its own way. It does get on. I do think if you just did this all the time, it'd get really boring. This is one of those songs that I listened to because it was on the Ghost in the Shell soundtrack. And you just kind of, you're like, what in the hell are they even saying? Like, what are the lyrics? They're like nonsense. I hope we get some juicy info tomorrow. Yeah, man. Is sacrilegious OP? I don't think sacrilegious is OP. It doesn't have like a massive damage modifier or anything like that that enables you to do like 1 billion damage or something like that. But it is very good. You know, it's like an A tier or S tier. Like it's an S tier unique in terms of its design. It's an S tier unique in terms of how it augments other already existing builds. But it's not an S tier unique in the sense that it's just overpowered, broken in the sense that it like enables a whole new build by itself. It's not a foundational piece. You don't put on sacrilegious and go, now I'm going to do the sacrilegious build. That doesn't exist. But it is very good, and you can mix it into a bunch of other existing builds, which is why it's S tier, is because it's so useful. I do wish that Necromancer had some more items that made you go, oh yeah, I'm gonna make a build around this. Certainly Black River is one of those, and Black River has this problem where there's a bug with BCE in Black River where the Black River doesn't increase the radius of BCE. So the Black River got like a massive buff in Season 2, and even with the massive buff, it's not like so good that you always want to use it. And part of that is because damage over time itself is like not the best thing in the world either. So there's things to consider there, like meta, that are you know, worth discussing. The other thing is that like scythes, right? A scythe has like one of the worst implicits in the game. It has life on kill, which everybody should know from Diablo 3, that anything that essentially gives you a mechanic that works on kill, everybody should know that trigger is bad always. It's always bad. So something like Black River, it has tremendous upside, but you're using some of the worst stats on other things and making some tremendous downside choices with it as well. And so a lot of times you can just put a wand on with like Ultimate Shadow, and you can basically get just about as much performance out of it as Black River, except maybe at the very, very high end, like when you're just trying to take your build to the like utter extreme. Like Black River can sometimes outperform those scenarios because it's giving you +3 hued flesh. And even then, you're really just optimizing for you're optimizing around +3 hued flesh. Mess around with a mostly unique build, stupidly powerful, because my gear with it stinks. Yeah, you can do that kind of stuff, right? Like I saw Macro is messing around with a Sever variant. And mostly like that stuff is all gonna work for the same fundamental reason that this works, right? Is like you're getting value out of slots that you normally don't get value out of, right? Like your boot slot, for example. If you get DR value out of your boot slot that you normally don't, then that you're essentially your build's going to be able to get additional value that you're normally not going to be able to do. This reminds me, by the way, I did want to look at the Soul Brand again.
Initiating follow sequence.
Corpse Dancer, thank you for the follow. I don't think Soul Brand's gonna actually do too much for us. But, it's worth a look. We've got total, see, yeah, we got total, yeah, no. Never mind. I already know. I already know the answer is that we lose one DR roll. If we could get a maxed out Soul Brand, then maybe. Because then you get the lucky hit roll. Soul Brand is... A maxed out Soul Brand is very different than a min roll Soul Brand. Because the range for the DR roll is 10 to 20%. That 20% is really important, right? Because it's DR. It's not DR while close, it's DR. So it's straight DR. So it's, first of all, it's slightly higher value than like DR while close or something. So keep that in mind. It's straight DR. So there's value there. But you have to have that at that 20%. If you have it at the 10%, you're losing too much. Does Blood Surge 12% lucky hit apply 4 times per cast? I'd have to go look. It also so it also just depends on the effect, right? So like something I talk about a lot is how lucky hit works. So when you're talking about lucky hit getting applied by a skill, it depends on the skill and it depends on the lucky hit effect. So always don't start at the skill. Starting at the skill is a mistake. Always start at the lucky hit effect. So what lucky hit effect are you trying to proc? That's the question. That's where you start. Been using Flickerstep Soul Brand for a couple weeks. Feel pretty unkillable with Perma Giga Barrier. Can easily face Saint Corpse Bows on T100. Yeah, Soul Brand is dope, yeah. Particularly if you have a very well-rolled one. Would you agree that dot builds only work because of the things they slap onto, like... onto it like Shadowblight and X-Falls, which is why Sacrilegious is so good? No. I can tick for 3 to 6 million. Sometimes 8 million, depending how many corpses I have. I can tick for that much on my dot. Completely independent of Sacrilegious. Yeah, my build does DPS through damage over time, not necessarily through crit. I also wear X falls and stuff, so like the crit and stuff that's not lost on me, right? Like I definitely still get that damage. I'll still see like millions pop off from X falls and from shadow blights and stuff like that, but like it's a little bit more. I'm getting a little bit more from just like the damage over time aspect of things. Yeah, I prefer the pure dot damage. I think it's a lot more consistent. Even though the crits do... I think the crits actually do more damage. But you're kind of sitting... Particularly when you're doing stuff like this, where you have like... Here, you just have this portal spawn, right? Sometimes you might just be waiting for a crit to happen, and you're just sitting there just waiting for like an X-File proc, and it just like doesn't... It's just not procking. It's very frustrating. So I'd rather just like build up this dot like we're doing here, and just have it melt. I appreciate the meltiness of it. I really like how dots melt things. I do understand that it's less damage, but I'm also not playing softcore, so there's other things I'm considering. I'm not DPS optimized by any way, shape, or form. And that's because I play hardcore, right? So in hardcore, you still have to do enough damage to kill things, right? If you can't kill things, then there's still something wrong with your build. But that's all you have to do. You only have to do enough damage. If you do enough damage, then you do enough damage. Also, just welcome back, everybody. I know over the weekend and stuff we've been playing Against the Storm. I'm kind of done playing that on stream for now. If you did drop in while we were playing Against the Storm, I'm doing a giveaway in Discord right now. If you want a copy of the game, and particularly if you can't like afford a copy of the game, right? It's a pretty cheap game. It's on sale right now. So like if you can afford a copy, then you know, go pick it up right now. But if you can't afford a copy, go hit my Discord. The game developer gave me a couple of keys to give away to you guys, and I think that's really cool of them to support the stream and support the community. So if you want to play the game and you want to get yourself pick yourself up a free copy, !Discord in the chat, and head on over there. There's an Against the Storm channel, and I've got all the details there about how you can enter the giveaway. We'll be doing that giveaway tomorrow, so. Horrifying, thank you for the follow. Oh, is this my 300? Sweet. Ooh, double chest. There it is. I wonder if I should stockpile potions. We certainly could, right? Helltide is a good place to get those, too. Yeah, maybe we should do some of that. Oh, I do want to show you, you guys, some of the updates I've done on MAXROLL today. I just want to show you that we're making the website a lot easier to use. Been thinking about a lot of changes and things that we can do to make things nicer for you all. I'm enjoying Against the Storm, but I'm convinced RNGesus doesn't want me to complete a supply line ever. One thing you'll get, Nutty, is as you level up your Citadel, you'll unlock more buildings, and a lot of those buildings give you alternate ways to complete supply lines. So you can you'll get a lot more capable as you level up your Citadel and do sort of some of the meta progression. And I do think it's kind of good that they do it that way, because otherwise the game would be way too complicated. The game is pretty it's a pretty complex game, right? So the way they do it is pretty smart in that you unlock buildings by doing the meta progression. Let's head more north. We can start opening some of these chests for more potions. Do you feel like Rax's Abattoir tiers are accurate? I haven't watched Rax's Abattoir tiers. Let me give you a very quick overview of what I think are the tiers. So, Barbarian is definitely at the top. Barbarian can survive everything, and it can do a infinity billion damage. You can just bonk everything with Hoda. Hoda can just blow up everything. So, yeah, I think Barb is definitely at the top. Right under Barb, I'd probably put Druid. I think Druid has, you know, very, very good survivability, and there are a couple of Druid builds that have somewhat infinite, like, damage scaling, or can, like, double dip on their bonuses and stuff like that. I think, after that is probably Sork, just because, and specifically Ball Lightning Sork. So Ball Lightning Sork it probably comes next, and then after that I'd probably pick Rogue, and then I'd probably pick Necro, and with the additional caveat that if survivability ever becomes a problem for like Barbarian, and Barbarian can't survive, then the only person who can do it is like a god tier Necromancer because of Infinimist. Because Infinimist, it's this weird equation where it's like, well, if it's so hard to survive that you literally just can't get hit, then Infinimist is the only thing that can just not get hit, because you literally are immune to everything, right? So you can literally just pop in to Mist, you know, and pop out and missed again, and so on and so on and so on, right? You will not get touched ever. So there's a asterisk there at the end, but yeah, I think that's basically right. He ranked it Barb, Sork, Rogue, Necro, Druidist question mark because of Blurred Beast. Oh, okay, yeah. So we basically think the same thing. Yeah, I think that follows the meta pretty correctly, right? That's pretty much the meta. Yeah, Rax knows actually a lot more about some of the other classes than I do, just because he plays every class. But I probably know a lot more about Necro than he does. Just because this is what I focus on, is I focus on Necro. And that said, we agree with each other, so... The thing about tier lists is that tier lists are rather fuzzy around the edges. So they're not very specific either, right? It's like that thing I mentioned about Infinimist. It's like, well, Infinimist has literally all the survivability, so as long as you can do enough damage to like clear something, your ranking is sort of like it doesn't like it isn't relevant to the conversation. You have all 5 classes at level 100? Hot damn, Jack. I might go do the other classes at level 100 this season. I'm still undecided if I want to go do that, because every time I do that, then there's some like meta shift that I need to go focus on for Necro, so I don't want to become too absorbed in my Necro bubble. I do want to branch out some. Yeah, I guess we'll see how hard it is compared to T100, right? Because we kind of just don't know. Yeah, I mean, the new glyph is going to change a lot of things. I think the new glyph will make you ultimately want to maximize around whatever the fastest build is, or the build that has the most CC potential. I think those are maybe 2 things to consider. And so one of the reasons I have picked Vortex Necro as like the build that I'm going to do for AOZ is not because it has the best damage of any of the Necro builds. That's not why I picked it. The reason I picked it is because it has the best grouping and like sort of like pixel pull capability of any of the builds. And so ultimately, once I have that glyph and I have it leveled and blah, 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 it's going to be able to perform the best. And I'm already seeing that sort of like in how Nightmare Dungeon 100 is performing. Is I just kind of run in and demolish Nightmare Dungeon 100 with this build. And it's very fast and performant and all those sorts of things. So even in hardcore, right, there's like very, very few moments in Nightmare Dungeon 100 where I go, ooh, what happened? And usually the ooh, what happened moment is like, oops, I was playing around with a different build and I forgot to put my shield on. And I'm missing, you know, 40 DR or something like that. You know what I mean? If I have a max so brand, I don't know what that is, Horrifying. You're gonna have to be a little bit more specific, buddy. Oh, a soul brand. Yeah, soul brand actually works out. We were just talking about this a little earlier. Soul brand's actually not bad. Let's talk about the trade-offs of soul brand because I want to take a look at it again. Because I did have soul brand in my build a little bit earlier before we transitioned this to sort of a vortex focused thing. I was using soul brand. So let's actually go take a look at that now. I think that's something we can talk about here. Let's go hit town. You put Shielding Storm on legs? Yeah, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Because I have thoughts. So first, I do want to start a tab here that has potions. Don't I already have? Yeah, I was gonna check on these. These are still in there, huh? Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, we kind of already have this tab. Okay. Oh my god, my inventory is just completely full. Hold on.
My eyes can only watch so much.
Okay, DR fortified, no. Oh, this 30% is nice. Here, that goes in there. Let's see, shield. Negative. Negative. No. 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 No.
That got most of it.
No. 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 Max crit and no. 5% bone storm barrier, okay. No. 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 I know I have a 4% bone storm barrier in here somewhere. Was it this one? Is this, what level is this? 30? I want to keep that in there. It's this one, I think. Yeah, let's trade this one out. And then, is there stuff on this tab I can pull? Yeah, we probably don't need another Asha scale. That's a max of those. We probably don't need that. Same thing here. Ashish is like just not doing anything for us. Oh man. What is this chest? Oh. What? Yeah, this chest is very good. I guess it's running base damage reduction, so you wouldn't... Huh. You could re-roll the maximum life and try to get DR close. If you got DR close on instead of maximum life, would this be better? Let's look. Just from an armor perspective. It's 11. It's not even that much of a change. So it's 11, it's 3, yeah, it's like 100 armor. It's like 110. It is basically the same amount of life. I mean, this says 900 life, but look. It's not. Oh, wait. Yeah, this sorry, I'm being dumb. This doesn't have gems. So it is 900 life. It's probably actually more than 900 life. What's the EHP on 900 Let's say it's 1,000. 1/15th. You would definitely re-roll the maximum life. We'll give it a shot. Some of these are just like sort of like backup pieces. This is like max sacrifice. That's just trash. Hey, Caesarian. I just swapped for your Shadow Vortex build Necro and finished Nightmare Dungeon 98 solo. Hell yeah, man. That's how it be.
My skill is unmatched. You'll see. That got most of it.
Okay, so we're gonna go roll. We're gonna go take a look at this. We're gonna go roll this. Let's pull some of this stuff. I think this is just trash. Oh man, it has a max close and fortified roll. Oh, dude, it's so close to being just godly. What the heck? Man, if armor wasn't so important, this would be insane. I've kept some nice pieces around, haven't I? I do have some nice pieces sticking around. Why did I keep this? I guess just because it has nice lucky hit. Yeah. We can get out of that one. Same here. This is like a distant piece. Yeah, I don't want distant in this build. This is like so close to greatness though. A lot of these are just, they're really close to something really good, but they're not quite there. Let's get... Let's get these all in there. Shove them, just shove them in the inventory. All right, that's more organized. Okay, let's talk about Soulbrand. Soulbrand. Are these my old... This is my old chest, right? Yeah, this is my old chest. It's got distant on it. It's got fortified. It's that total armor that's so nice. Yeah, like this here too. This is like a great swap right here. Soulbrand. Here we go. So I think this is the Soulbrand I was using. So you get DR close and you get barrier DR. Those are the two DRs you get. You also get barrier generation, which can be quite good. And you get max life. So like, you're getting 3 survivability stats, which is not terrible, especially considering DR close is very good. So, I know I swapped off of this. You're not getting total armor. So you're missing total armor, and that's a big miss. Lucky hit chance while you have a barrier is very good. 15%. It's very good, but you miss total armor, which is that's a big miss, man. That's a big L. It's such a big L. So here's the question. Would I take this protecting Boneweave armor if it had, instead of maximum life, DR close? Oh, you also lose the Void. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. You're running 7 glyphs. So, Jack, if you're running 7 glyphs, typically what that's doing for you is that's giving you more damage multipliers. I can guarantee you that is what that is designed to do. The folks that are running like that many glyphs are running them because they're trying to dip into more glyph multipliers. That's sort of the purpose of that. Soulbrand is in the Sever All Uniques build? Yeah. But you're missing DR, you're missing armor. Which is not something that we do on hardcore. I think that's totally something you can do on softcore. And to be totally clear, Nightmare Dungeon 100 right now is easy. Just remember that Nightmare Dungeon 100 right now is like, it's about as hard as Nightmare Dungeon 70 was when the game came out. So the game's a lot easier now than it used to be. So there, right when the game came out, there were a lot of different builds that could do Nightmare Dungeon 70 like pretty proficiently, and that wasn't the case at Nightmare Dungeon 100, right? When you hit Nightmare Dungeon 100, it was you were using the best build or you were using nothing. That was sort of the situation. So you can kind of do whatever you want at Nightmare Dungeon 100, and it's all about, you know, life is about trade-offs. So you can do something that's going to be more survivable. You can do something that's going to have super fast DPS. For that, you would probably pick like a Bone Spear. You can do something that has more speed. You could wear like Ghost Walker boots and just metamorphosize through everything. You could do what I'm doing. You can wear a shield and be super duper tanky so that you never ever ever die, and play like super carefully and sort of tiptoe, quote unquote tiptoe through Nightmare Dungeon 100. You know, there's definitely different ways to play it. And you have different reasons for doing that, right? So if you're not on hardcore, for example, then you may want to throw Ghost Walker on your boots and, you know, ignore Flicker Step entirely and just move faster. Because why wouldn't you? Or put on Razor Plate and do a minion Thorns build because YOLO. Yeah, exactly. It all depends how they scale AOZ. The devs said AOZ effectively starts at Nightmare Dungeon 100 plus 1. Woo! I don't know where that quote is from, the Nightmare Dungeon 100 plus 1 quote, but if that's true, then that's pretty tough, man. Gloom is better than Terror? Yeah. Oh, Butcher. What do we got? Blood Blister. Okay. So we can just pull Butcher forward, I think. Let's just pull him into some dot damage and get him to explode on some corpses. Where did he go? Where is he? Oh, he's like in the doorway. He's like stuck in the door. I couldn't even see him. That's a dead end. I'm trying to go in this door here. I can't find the freaking door. Gotta dig through his shield every time. It's really annoying. Okay, let's just keep pulling him forward. Pull him to this, this here. Terror doesn't work on bosses unless they're staggered. Yeah, that's correct. Come on, Butcher. I procced. The Blood Blister procced me. I think that's my first proc of the entire season. I saw that Blood Blister and I knew it was gonna proc me. I like tried to hit miss to avoid it, but that didn't happen. Here, let me get some tea real quick. Yeah, it's kind of annoying. I kind of wish there was a way to do more damage to bosses slash butcher, that sort of thing. But there's not really good corpse generation. Like I can't just stack Black River. I can't do a lot. So I feel kind of stuck. Do heathens. Yeah, but Butcher is just a damage check, really. I mean, as you saw there, Butcher isn't the one who procced me, it was the Blood Blister. Wasn't even Butcher. Butcher wasn't even the dangerous part of that fight. I knew that going into the Nightmare Dungeon too. It was like Blood Blister and Lightning Bolts can proc me still on Nightmare Dungeon 100 right now. It'd be nice to have a better chest armor. I think that's what I really want, is just a better chest. Better shield too. Better shield would be nice. Keep looking for that. Oh, this is the way forward, okay. I think my vampiric power is like not active or something. Something feels off. Hold on. Oh, they're active. Okay. I'm missing a piece. Nope. Got all the pieces on. Maybe I should go immobilize. I keep swapping back and forth between these two options. $15x or immobilize. Oh, world boss in 5 minutes? Thank you, Got Funky. Yeah, we'll have time. We'll have time.
It's not much, but I hope it helps.
Oh. Got a debtor. Let's pull him out of the bubble so he doesn't just reset constantly. Come on, buddy. Okay, where is this guy? Down there. Click, go. Like, I love this build and try to swap out some glyphs so sacrificial for Scourge and Imbiber for Essence. So that that board that Imbiber is on, that's not really a dex board. That's either an int or a will board. I would put Essence on one of the dex boards instead. Sacrificial's on the starter board, right? So I think on the starter board you should always use something that buffs those magic nodes. So there's a couple of different options. You could use like Blood Drinker, for example. It's also not a terrible int board if you want to use something like Exhumation there. Excuse me. Woo! You say something, gamer waifu? You're gonna go teach. Okay, well, enjoy teaching. Did that hurt your ears? Really? I tried to sneeze away from the microphone, too. I guess I sneezed really loud. Sorry, guys. It sounded like a dog barking. Oh, man. Yeah, I'll take the Malignant Hearts. Is it worth swapping those glyphs in? So I mean, if you're going for crit base, then Essence is generally considered pretty good for crit. Pretty much all the crit builds use Essence. And you can make a crit kind of based version of this build.
Entry authorized.
The Perp, thank you for that follow. Welcome in, y'all. Ooh, DRDR. Unfortunately, the DR rolls are actually quite bad. Never mind. Never mind. Okay, this is all trash.
I can break that down.
Yeah, one thing I actually did recently is I did have my microphone like here, and then it was going over the camera like this, and then it was hanging here. And I moved my microphone stand to the back of the desk, and now it's coming over my monitor. So it's like actually in front of my monitor, so it sits a little close to my mouth. I did that this week, so I actually used to have it here. But I did that so that my voice was a little clearer. I like being about this far away from the microphone. So the microphone is like right here. It's right there.
It is done.
You want me to do a review here? Ah! My eyes. 5828. Oh god. 5828 P03W. Yeah, I mean this looks like a sort of damage optimized version of what I'm running, right? You're running Tibalt's, you're running Ultimate Shadow. Explosive Mist is strictly unnecessary. I'd probably put Ghostwalker there. Sure. Yeah, this is like the crit-based version. Oh, wait. But you're not running... This is like a speed version. That's weird. I would definitely run X-Falls if you're going to run crit. Oh, you are running X-Falls. But you're not running Sacrilegious. I don't get that. I would run Sacrilegious. The Lidless is completely optional. I don't really think Lidless does a lot for this. As for Paragon, yeah, I mean, I see this setup a lot.
Hello.
You're essentially optimizing completely for the modifiers on glyphs, right? So you want to get this, you want to get this 10x, you want to get this 10x, you want to get this 10x. Yeah. It's more of a softcore damage optimized version, which I think is totally fine. Hey Theoden, welcome in. How you doing, bud? How many... The sacrifice ring is just so good.
Initiating follow sequence.
In fact, I'm about to do a whole bunch of boss runs to see if I can't get more. Cycle Realm, thank you for that follow. Yeah, Pentadot is what a lot of people call sort of like the crit version of the X-Falls setup. Yeah. Because you're crit oriented. It's a lot better at damage, in my opinion. It particularly excels better at bosses as opposed to this one. What do I have, like 8 runs? I have 8 runs. And oh, that's right, Zaphod. Yeah. Let's go take a look at those. Thank you for the reminder.
New subscriber.
Psychorealm with 6 months? Psychorealm, thank you so much, man. Wow, damn. Psychorealm just subscribed for 6 months. Thank you so much, man. Okay. So, this article, you guys might know, this is where we talk about all the different aspect categories and all that kind of stuff. Almost time to stream full time, my friend. So yeah, we keep all the information here about all the Codex of Power, about the legendary aspects and that sort of thing. So the big update here that you'll see is now this table is very different. So this table used to have, like if I hover over this, you'll see that it says the accelerating aspect, right? It's like in-game it says accelerating aspect or the aspect of audacity. And so in this table, we had aspect of audacity. So I've gone in and I've changed this so that it just says the aspect name now, and it's alphabetized based on just the aspect name. So like this is like very confusing, I think. I hate that Blizzard did this. It says aspect of audacity, and then this says the Craven aspect, right? So I got rid of all that crap, and now it just says like the name, the actual name, not the like the aspect garbage. So it makes it a lot easier to read, right? The other thing that I changed is that instead of saying that the source is the Codex of Power, it will say that it's a dungeon now, because now we know that everything is going to go into the Codex of Power, right? And then we also have the unlock here, and the unlock includes the season journey. And then we also have these new tags here as well. So if it's brand new for this season, you'll see that there. The other thing is that you'll see it across all of these tabs, right? So this is all of the generic legendary aspects, and then these are all the defensive generic legendary aspects, offensive generic, resource, utility, mobility, etc. Right? So we've got all of those. Oh, the uniques. Yeah, we've got uniques as well. So that's on a different page though. So if I go here to uniques, we've got these. Now uniques are slightly different, and there are some changes that I did over here. Like you see how these words are running together. I actually fixed that over here. I haven't fixed that on the unique article yet, but you'll see like these have these like new tags and like all this kind of stuff, right? So yeah, we have like all of this stuff, and you can even see like which boss, and it'll go and it'll take you to the boss guide, right? You can see 10 made this boss guide, and so on and so forth, right? So yeah, you guys make sure you go check this out. I did actually, if you make this really baby tiny, imagine you're like scrolling on your phone, and you'll see that this distance here between the aspect name and the source, these never get like that close and unreadable. That was, whoops. That was something that I fixed today, as well as making sure that even on mobile, like there's always a little, you can see there's a little baby space right here. So it's always very clear and readable. Nearly impossible. No, okay, so that's the world drop rate. So you'll see here, the drop rate here is not the target farm.
Entry authorized.
Hurt. Zycotico, thank you for the follow. So this is what this isn't saying, particularly for these uber uniques. This drop rate is not the boss target farm. This drop rate is from the world. So the drop availability is it's only on world tier 4, and the enemy has to be level 85 or higher. Duriel himself is a 2% drop rate, which you'll see. Duriel Uber unique drop details. So you can see all that stuff here. So you'll see that the 2% drop rate is here. They have different rules when they drop from Duriel than when they drop from the world. And they have about a 1 in 100,000 drop rate, maybe 1 in a million, actually. But yeah, that's where those drop rates are today. So yeah, I've got all that information up on MAXROLL. That's gonna be kept up to date. And I do know there's like a couple little bugs here and there. I'm working on some stuff. Some of this stuff does take some time. But yeah, you guys, I think those are articles that like you'll probably want to bookmark, honestly. Because when a brand new season drops, we're gonna update that with all of the new stuff, and you'll be able to just reference it whenever you need. I have to go and re-alphabetize all of the aspects, by the way, based on like what I did today. So there's a little bit, actually my wrists hurt a little bit from like clicking and re-alphabetizing that table and doing all sorts of nonsense on this table here. Yeah, it's just like this really good reference for you guys, so that you can bookmark it, you can share it in Discord with like your clans, that sort of thing. So people just have a reference of all of the aspects, and you can just kind of hover over all of them and kind of see what all the rules for drops are and all that kind of stuff. Add a sort function to the table and include a default state. I don't know if I'll be able to get a sort in there. Like sortable headers, yeah. I hear ya. Is terror really necessary? Probably not. I just don't know what I would kind of put. Well, I do kind of know what I would put there instead. I would put damage reduction there instead. Or like health gain. Like undying is very good. I'd probably put undying there. So you could swap it out for undying. if you wanted to. I think Asha Scale is good. Sklapa, no. Asha Scale is really bad. They did actually fix it. It was worse than it was. It used to just eat corpses, even if it did not increase its duration. But they did fix it, but even though they fixed it, it's still nowhere near as good as something like Flicker Step or something like that. So unfortunately it can't really like do the things that you would like want it to do. Oh, you weren't requesting? Yeah, I think sortable headers would actually be really cool for those tables. You're not wrong. Even if you are joking. Is Ultimate Shadow better? Yeah, Ultimate Shadow is very good. I would highly recommend Ultimate Shadow. In fact, some people prefer Ultimate Shadow over Black River. I don't agree with that, but I do think some people... That is a thing that people that I respect that are very good theory crafters at the game prefer. So, you know, just a heads up there that, you know, that's how good Ultimate Shadow is. It's pretty good. I actually like Ultimate Shadow while leveling with a Blood Golem. I think Blood Golem is slept on pretty heavily. Using Ultimate Shadow and Focus instead of a shield right now. Giving up survivability for it, I feel like I need that aspect. It's just too good, yeah. It is very good, man. That's such a good aspect.
It is done.
Life is about trade-offs. I wonder how much of the theory crafting has to target softcore builds. I think since most people play softcore, that the default build state should be softcore. And that anything else should probably lives in a variant tab. That's kind of where I sit on the issue. But certainly if you go to MAXROLL and I put a build on MAXROLL, it's going to be oriented towards softcore first, and then hardcore will be like in a variant tab. And then if you go to my Discord, everything's going to be like the builds that I actually use in hardcore. But I'm very much aware of like the trade-offs that I'm making, right? Oh yeah, that's right. I always forget about my like cosmetics in this game. I always forget I just have like a bazillion different cosmetics. Level 90 with Bone Spear, you suggest I switch to Vortex when I have Godslayer and Flicker Step. Can I do it without them? I don't know what Grasp of Shadow is. I don't know what that is. You can definitely do it without Godslayer. Flicker Step is a big part of it because it adds a lot of survivability to keep Bone Storm up at 100% uptime. Hey, Mr. Deadman, how you doing? This build is pretty different from MAXROLL's Infinimist. Well, yeah, I mean, this is hardcore oriented. Infinimist on MAXROLL is sort of oriented towards softcore. So you're gonna get a little bit more DPS out of it. MAXROLL's Infinimist. I would probably recommend most people go that way. If you want something a lot more survivable, maybe a little bit more fun with the Vortex pull, then the Vortex is kind of what I really, really like. Yeah, I would find a Flicker Step first, Slappa. And wear a shield with DR. Oh, let's pick up this tunic. Your Infamous doesn't do any damage. Do you have X-Falls yet? The one thing about Infinimist is that it's a lucky hit build. And lucky hit builds in this game are the most complicated builds. They really rely on the game's proc coefficients to work successfully. And so all of the really difficult to understand builds are lucky hit builds, basically. So that's you can easily get stuff wrong with a lucky hit oriented build, whereas other builds are more just like stack a bunch of damage. Did you stack enough damage? Yes. Good. You win. Did you not stack enough damage? Okay, you lose. Infinimist that has like certain breakpoints you have to hit. It's a Gamba class. Lucky hit is 47. Yeah, okay, that's pretty good. That's a little bit on the low side. That's a little bit on the low side. One thing that might help you a lot is making sure that you're popping corpse tendrils as often as you can. If your corpse tendrils is not on cooldown, you're probably not playing it correctly. Corpse tendrils is tremendously helpful. Can I not? Cat? There we go. My character, like, did not want to cast Decrepify. Like, can I not cast Decrepify today? What's going on? Okay, that was all the runs I had of Varshan. It's not about getting over 50. Mr. Deadman, there's not like a discrete number. But I do know that people who are like really successful with the build are like 70-ish plus lucky hit. Just to give you some like, you're missing about 20, right? You're missing about 20.
I can break that down.
Oh, Bone Storm 5, cool. We like Bone Storm 5. Whoa, DRDR Evulsion. Huh. Didn't roll good enough. gonna be sad without metamorphosis. Yeah. Yeah. It's all about that movement speed, man. We can't move as Necro. We got no movement speed. Metamorphosis might become an aspect. Probably would not use it, to be honest. It's probably not enough. It's probably not good enough. Let's toss these components in there. Just like free up the inventory. And then we have like 50 bazillion living steel runs. Okay. Yeah, it does go well with Tibalt's. The problem and the thing I don't like about Tibalt's is that yes, you get a nice 40x multiplier. Yes, that's really awesome. And you lose 3 DR stats. Tibalt's would be great if you got it while you were leveling. But it's such a difficult to find item. Most people only really get it off Duriel. And there is something else. So like instead of running Terror here, which I like Terror, you can run Undying here. Undying is very good. I think Sanguine Brace is pretty good. It's 8 crit. Pox, no. Resilience is pretty nice. This is like 30 DR. Ravenous is pretty good. Attack speed. Hemo is pretty good. Yeah, that's basically. Yeah, you have some options there. You don't have to use Terror. I just really like the combo of Howl and Terror. I think that like auto crit basically is just really nice. I'm hoping AOZ revitalizes me to play. I burnt out quick, even though the season is so fun. Yeah, I see that. I think a lot of the reason people burn out is because the itemization is so weird right now. So hopefully they're gonna work on that. If they make the itemization better, then I think there'll be good times ahead. I am running the 60% flowing veins, right? Yeah, okay. Okay. You got Starless Skies today, Mr. Deadman. Unfortunately, Starless Skies is trash, so I'm sorry. They're announcing itemization changes tomorrow. I think they're going to talk about it a little bit on the campfire chat. Wow, we have 21 of these runs. Hey Dustin, how you doing? What glyphs do you suggest for Shadow Dot and Mist Necro? I have, if you're in my Discord, Dustin, I have my full build setup linked in the build channel there. That's probably the best way for you to check out like all my different builds and the glyphs that I'm interested in. Goku, you're working on a grandfather, aren't you? Is max life the least important stat? It depends on your build. Max life is very important if you're running an overpower build. Max life's EHP also doubles based on your shield. So max life can actually be very good. So if you have like 100% uptime with Shielding Storm, then max life is effectively just double your max life, basically. Use Black River, and I'd rather use Lidless. I mean, you could use both Black River and Lidless if you'd like. There's no reason you can't use both. As far as Uber Uniques, I think I only have Shaco. Yeah, I only have Shaco. I haven't gotten any other Uber Uniques. Even though I've been farming Duriel. I think I've killed Duriel a couple hundred times now. So hopefully I'll get some more Ubers from him. I do kind of want to test them. Is it counterintuitive to run Lidless with Black River? Not really, no. When I'm doing like farming around, I'll run a Lidless. It is more DPS. Oh, do you want to do like Duriel rotations, Sklapa? Yeah, I have a bunch of runs. I'll have to see how many runs I have. It may or may not be worth it to start up some Duriel runs. We'll have to see what I have after we do these. Hey Zeal, how you doing? Moo! There it is. Gotta keep you on the on your toes. Moo! That's such a good redemption. I'm really glad I did that. Especially the randomness. Why do you take on Imbiber? Imbiber basically does tons and tons of damage. I hate Imbiber. I hate the way that it works, but it does work really well. Oh, are you farming cows right now, Shaza? And you heard the moo sound? Oh, God. Yeah, if you don't like Imbiber, feel free to swap it out for something else. I'm not the biggest fan of Imbiber either. It's mathematically better, but it's dumb. Yeah, the potion healing's so stupid. Any boards that have like potion healing on them as a thing, you're like, why? There's like entire parts of boards that are like, this increases your potion healing. And you're like, okay. Alright. Good night, Nutty. Yeah, have a good night, man. This is like the first time we've had a really active YouTube chat, so thank you guys for showing up. That's kind of cool. I've been doing the dual streaming here for a hot minute. Let's go here. Crit max life. Reeves with max move speed. Bad penitent. Okay, let's go take a look at all this stuff in town. Is Hollow Ossuary bugged? There's not enough Animus. Sometimes Animus carriers do bug out, Snaky. Yeah. Imbiber is mathematically better than a 10% multiplier. It is. Unfortunately. That's why I hate it. Howl. Garbage. Bad. Max move speed tomb boots. Okay, those are worth looking at. Ooh, 40x. But really low lucky hit. No, get out of here. You don't need to dodge, Greg, if you stand to the bottom right. Oh, that's a good tip, man. Everything is bad. Everything is bad. Everything is bad. This doesn't have max movement speed, so I'm gonna blow it up. 5% Bone Storm. Ooh. These are quite good. 40, so 40, we get a 40x. We miss a little bit lucky hit. Oh shoot. Okay. How much lucky hit are we missing? Oh. We miss corpse attack speed, but that's not the biggest deal. I might take this. This might be actually an upgrade. We've got to look at that a little closer. Okay, let's compare tomb boots. Okay, max move speed. Bad lucky hit shadow damage. Good move speed, better lucky hit shadow damage. Is Soulbrand viable? Yeah. You made another Necro, J Chow? Hell yeah, man. It has better essence cost reduction. It's not bad. This is probably the best set right here. This one. They're all good for like different reasons. I think I'll keep all three, I guess, for now. So this, huh? $6X is not nothing. I think I'm gonna go for this. I think I'm gonna make this swap. How fast can you get to level 100? Well, if you go super fast, you can probably get it in about 19 hours. Why is Ring of Starless Skies bad? Because doing anything besides casting Bone Spear on Bone Spear will cause it to reset, even like evading. And unfortunately, you need to evade. This has slightly better lucky hit chance. The fear chance is so bad. It's so bad. How bad is Summoner build? It's quite bad. I think I'm gonna take this trade off. How much armor am I losing? It's like 30. It's not significant. We get a little bit more lucky hit chance. That does make me want to swap out my fear, though. Maybe I'll go for Undying. What will I go for here? Brace, maybe? Can go for Brace. I would love to actually fit in a Curse Touch, but there's no way to do it, right? Because you're doing wait, there. Oh wait, can you fit this? Wait, can you fit a Curse Touch? Oh, I think you can fit a Curse Touch in this. Oh. Why didn't that occur to me before? I mean, it's going to be tight. We have to fit it exactly, basically. This is an interesting song, isn't it? I don't know what is going on. And the rest is cups. Yeah, that's full. That's actually pretty sick. So you get the spread with... You get the spread of a Cursed Touch. Because, like, Here's the thing. Flowing Veins is a 60x. Like, Flowing Veins is pretty sick. Oh, right. We have more of these runs. There's no point of spamming Blight on bosses. I do weave Blight in on bosses. Additional Blights reset the timer on Blight? No, they stack. They do not reset the time. You're talking about the on-ground damage over time effect? They stack. Same thing with Corpse Explosion. Now, how high they stack is actually something that is up for debate. If you're inclined to believe the client-side data mine, they stack up to 10 times on the same target. And that's the maximum. But it's really hard to have that much attack speed to go pop, 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 and stack 10 of them, and then observe that there's like no change. So like testing that is very, very difficult. I don't think it's also like super useful or practical yet. No one's had like I spam 5 blights a second build yet. That nobody has that, so that's not really a thing yet that really many theory crafters have kind of set down and confirmed. But I do believe it stacks 10 times in a row. I'm trying to do something outside of Infinimist and Bone Spear. I have a very good Blood Lance build for you, Jay Chow, in my Discord. I am going to get the video up of it. I have all of the video stuff done, so I just need to explain it to people. I see a max damage variant on your Bone Spear guide. What would you use for dungeon pushing? For Nightmare Dungeons? I would just use the sort of standard variant. The max damage variant there is really just there for people who want to, like, maybe do... they want to, like, try to one-shot, like, Lilith or something. It's not really useful, in my opinion, right now. There's not really a place for it. But it's there because people ask for it. They're like, bro, I crit more than you. I'm like, okay. And you get one shot in Nightmare Dungeon 100. All right. So. Like, at a certain point, it doesn't matter if you crit for 10 million or 100 million. You know what I mean? Die by Lunar, you are using my Bloodlance build? Hell yeah, man. It's a nice build. Yeah, I think there's a certain attitude where people see bigger damage numbers and they think that makes them better than you, which is weird, but okay. I'm jealous of your juicy crits, Dustin. Yeah, I am. We're boss in 8 minutes. Thank you, Delgar. Do you think they need to buff Ubers? I think they need to adjust certain builds. Like it's probably the bonk build probably needs to get adjusted. I think Sork's ball lightning probably needs to get adjusted. The world boss is not enough. Yeah, well, wait. I was about to say, didn't we just kill a world boss? Oh, I think you mean Helltide. Yeah. Yeah, we'll go do Helltide. Yeah, Helltide. Helltide is at the top of the hour, everybody.
Entry authorized.
Dadbog on the fleet, thank you for that follow. Dude, do we have the coolest follow notifications on Twitch or what? I'm trying to expand the echohack lore here. What you guys don't know is that I'm not streaming from my living room. I'm streaming from the bunker, which is it's a spaceship in orbit of the planet Earth. Dadbot, thank you for the subscription, man. Thank you for the 1 month. So yeah, we're in low Earth orbit right now. This is not my living room. This is a spaceship. Do you have any anime recommendations? Something funny and goofy. Dude, I have anime recommendations for days. I am an anime old head. I know much. Yeah, I actually started reading MASH. I haven't watched the anime, but I started reading MASH. MASH is cool. I like that. I like MASH. This build saved your Necromancer experience, Dadbot on Fleek? Dude, thank you so much. Yeah, I appreciate that. Can your spaceship make the Kessel run? Well, Kessel isn't in less than 12 parsecs. We don't really run Kessel. That's for smugglers. That's like a smuggler run. Food Wars is your favorite anime? Huh. Something in the genre of MASH or Food Wars. It's like honestly not the genre that I watch a lot of. I'd have to go look at my list. I definitely have something for you. Did we already fill again? Damn. Let's go here. Jobless reincarnation. I don't think I've seen that one. I'll give you some good stuff, JHL. Just hang tight. Let's go through this loot real quick.
My eyes can only watch so much.
37. It's pretty bad. No, that's not it. That's not it. Max speed. That's not it. $39. Ooh. I don't mind that piece. That could be a useful backup piece. Probably not better than what I have now though. Damage while injured? Mm-hmm. That's a meta. What do we got here? Chill. We got a 40x, 14 fear. The problem is the lucky hit chance. It's always the lucky hit chance. You gotta hit that lucky hit chance or else it's just pretty much trash.
Fight hard, eh? Make the devils pay.
All right, let me see. Let me see what I have for you in terms of anime. Yeah, Zeal, for like a max damage build, I would probably point you to Bone Spear. All right, so you're looking for an anime that has some comedy elements to it. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at what I got. Anime. Where would I point you? I'd probably point Fooly Cooly or FLCL. That one's nice. Oh, Gekon Shoujo Nozaki-kun. I'll throw this in the chat for you. If copy and paste will work. Copy. Paste. Hello? Okay. Gekon Shoujo Nozaki-kun. That's pretty good. High School of the Dead it's a bit meta, but it's supposed to be funny. What else? Oh, The Devil is a Part-Timer. This one is great. It's a little bit it's a little bit shonen. It's a little bit funny. Yeah. There's a few for you. I'd kind of point you to some of those. All right, let's get on our Helltide boots. And maybe swap into a lidless. I don't think we need the God Slayer. How's my attack power so high? Oh, I don't even pay attention to the in-game sheet. I wouldn't read that. Tooltip. The tooltip is a liar. I would like not. I would not trust that at all. Like anything that's on this stat sheet, just you can pretty much just ignore it for the most part. It's just a liar. It's really only there for like hyper casuals. It's like, is the number going up? Yes. Okay. That's about all it's useful for. And arguably not even that. Hey. Drop the bass. Hey. Now we're vibing. See, yesterday, dude, yesterday I was in such a funk. This is what I wanted to feel like. I wanted to just blast, man. This is like the best part about Diablo, right? Is you get your amazing build together, or any ARPG, right? You get your ARPG blasting build together, and then you just blast, dude. It's so good. Okay, check this out. I was watching an anime when I was 8 in Hong Kong, but I can't find it. It was a teacher that wore black gloves and had demon powers. Dude, you just described like 500 different anime. I have no idea. There are so many anime. There are especially a lot of trash anime. There's a lot of trash, man. Dude, these like enemies that are ranged will not get on top of the freaking blood thing. Oh, Black Butler. Is it about demon powers? It could, yeah, that, I mean, it could be Black Butler. But there's also 5 million other anime it could literally be. See, so one of the problems with anime is that there's 5 billion new anime per second. And most people who watch anime are like young people. And so a lot of young people's sort of like people like when they get into anime, they might watch a lot of anime all at once and then they'll kind of like lose interest after a while. So like their bias of the anime that they've watched is like within a like, let's say 3 or 4 year period, and they know all of the garbage trash anime that happened in that 3 or 4 year period. And I'm like, dude, I've been watching anime for like 30 years. You need to be like more specific. I don't know what you're talking about. There's a lot. Like I quote anime from the 70s to people and they're like, what? What? What is Urusei Yatsura? What is Galaxy Express 39? Captain Harlock? What? I've never even heard of that. And I'm like, okay, well, I have never heard of the man who was reincarnated as a Snickers bar. I've never heard of that anime. You know, like, there's so many, dude. Dude, did Elevated find it for you? Dude, Elevated's got you covered. Hell yeah. There it is. The power of the internet. Jigoku Sensei Nube. The Hell Teacher Nube? Is that the like English name? The Hell Teacher. Or the probably a better translation is the Demon Teacher Nube. Nube, the Demon Teacher, is probably what I don't know whatever the I've never even heard of this anime before, but dude, English names of anime are so weird. So like everybody knows Demon Slayer, right? But the name of the anime is not Demon Slayer. It's Kimetsu no Yaiba. It is the Demon's Sword. It was like the accurate translation. Which changes the meaning, right? You're like, what the hell? This anime is about the Demon Sword. It's not about the Demon Slayer. Yaiba means sword, right? Kimetsu is the demon is demon, right? So Kimetsu no Yaiba is the demon slaying sword. Or the demon sword. I think the biggest one that makes no sense is Attack on Titan. It's Shingeki no Kyojin. Shingeki means attack. Kyojin means Titan. No is possessive. So it's not Attack on Titan. It's the Attack Titan. It is very wrongly translated. I have no idea why they did that. The Attack Titan is the name of the show. Which is very relevant. That's like super relevant to know. The fact that they changed the name to be this weird like English is so bizarre, man. It's so funny. For your go-go boots, what base stats are you running? Dude, whatever gets me in the club, troglodyte. But no, it's Ghost Walker is what I'm running. Just Ghost Walker with movement speed. Anime was all bootleg VHS smuggled in the US. Dude, yeah, that's the era that I grew up in. That anime era is what I grew up in too. If you wanted anime, you had to go and like find a guy that dealt it out of the back of his car in like VHS form. He's like, "Yo, I bootlegged this app. I bootlegged this and like I got the stuff, man." There was this anime rental store near where I lived. It was in the sketchiest sort of like strip mall. And all of the anime, literally 100% of the anime that they had was either on a bootleg VHS or a brand new, it had just come out, brand new bootleg burned DVD. They like burned it to a DVD, and they made their own like jewel cases and covers and stuff in the store. But you were like, oh yeah, I can rent anime, but it was all bootleg as hell. That place got shut down, man. The like MPAA or whatever came after them. They're like, yo, you're that's illegal. Question on Vortex. Could I swap in Lidless as the shield and move Disobedience to Helm and be good? Yeah, totally. I think the main thing that you miss when you do that is you miss all the DR rolls on a shield. So you're gonna be less tanky if you do that. So you're trading off survivability. But you can see here, like, I run Lidless, like, in Helltides or whatever, because it just deals more damage. You get that attack speed bonus. So it's a good trade-off if you want to cast Blight a little faster, if you want to get the attack speed and that sort of thing. Otherwise, actually, unfortunately, having the uptime on Bone Storm or casting additional Bone Storms is not super valuable, because you can just you have Flicker Step now. You have access to Flicker Step, so Flicker Step kind of does everything you need these days. If you find 3 out of 4 ring or amulet, dude. Yeah, I hear you. It's hard to find jewelry. Yeah, Tabalta's nice because you get that 40x multiplier. Oh, we gotta go do a... We gotta go Gamba. It's Gamba time. Resource aspects. Let's just go ahead and go through this garbage. Ossified. Nice dot roll. It's got a lucky hit roll. It's not quite there though. Oh, I like the blood orb roll. Man.
What's left, you ask? Better than starting from nothing.
Crit dot. That's actually an okay ring. I might keep that one. Have I made any Paragon alterations to Vortex? Are you talking about Vortex? Not really, no. I don't think anything's gonna change, really. As far as we know, the AOZ meta is just that's gonna be meta, that glyph. So as long as you're running that glyph, you should be in good shape. Whenever the AOZ happens, which is that the 8th? Is that the 8th? Or the 5th? Oh, you know what's gonna suck, man? Does AOZ and the new PoE season launch at the same time? That kind of sucks if it does. I know they probably launch around the same time, and I know that I'm not a PoE streamer, but I do want to spread out into other ARPGs. I have streamed PoE many times in the past. Yeah, it's the same week, but if it's the same day, then that sucks. Hopefully it's at least on a different day, so that like the hype of PoE we can like ride that hype train a little bit. I think PoE is on the 8th, right? And AOZ is on the 5th. So we get a few days to AOZ before PoE. All of the acronyms, guys. I gotta play my SSF HC build on AOZ before I start my SSF HC build on PoE. No DPS for AOZ with RNG right before PoE. It's like asking directions on a military base. Yeah. Yeah. Nice, there's the 300 node. It's right there. Yeah, okay, cool. Bears! Have I watched competitive fighters? Not really. I'm a very focused person, you guys. I played a lot of Diablo and StarCraft and some other games here and there, and that's about it. That's my life. PoE has a new league coming out. They come out with leagues like 4 times a year or so, Jay Chow. Have you tried pathing Flesh Eater, not getting Stifle, but getting Poison? You can do that. Yeah, and just go into Elemental that way. That's something we've Theorycraft on stream before. I prefer avoiding that route, but you can definitely do that if you'd like. I don't think that's bad. What is Steadfast? Why do I have this selected? I have no idea. Let me hit this let me hit these whispers real quick. Necro doesn't have much wiggle room. Nope. We have 17 active skills. And minions suck, so that's so 2 of your Paragon boards are completely worthless. You should never use them. Yeah, so there's not a lot of swapping around. You are correct, sir. That's why every Necro build uses the same skills, basically. It's actually a pretty big problem, I think, for the game. Hopefully things will kind of open up a little bit more in the future. I don't know if I want D2 minions. I kind of want Diablo Immortal minions. For you guys who haven't played Immortal, like, the minions in Immortal are pretty dang good. Can this thing spawn already? Yeah, Diablo Immortal, man. What a mistake. They actually had a decent game in alpha, and they just decided to ride the monetization into the ground and kind of ruin the game that they had. It's like I think it's a really big lost opportunity to make Diablo on mobile a really great experience. Could have actually been good. Corpse Lance was cool. Yeah, man, I like Corpse Lance a lot. I thought Corpse Lance was really cool. For those of you who don't know what Corpse Lance is, basically an Immortal, you could cast Corpse Lance. It would consume one corpse, and then it would basically fire basically a bone spear at the enemy. It's on Random Psycho. You can encounter lots of different music here, man. You might get yourself a calm track like this. You might also get something that's like 440 beats per minute. That's like so just prepare yourself. It's take a little bit of the fast with the slow. Waiting for the sun. Burning, burning. Care about Leviathans more. Get rid of that one.
Don't be a stranger. Come back soon.
All right, you guys, I'm gonna go hit the restroom real quick, and then when we come back, oh, what? Go on my inventory, please. Then when we come back, we shall do some more Nightmare Dungeons. BRB. All right, welcome back. I poured some more tea. So we got our stuff on. We're invulnerable. Blah blah blah. Good stuff. Let's drop these in here. Sweet. So, oh, this has burning. Of course it does. Didn't I have like a deserted underpass? Sure. The sweet sounds of Pete. No, that was the sweet sound of tea. This isn't a season start, shiz. Now, if this was a season start, that's when we have the bottle under the desk, you know, like it's a different time. We're well past that at the moment. We're not grinding that hard today. Guys, just die, please. Not going. Don't stand in that. Don't stand in that. Stop moving and things start hurting. Gotta keep going. Is a cursed on? Is a cursed working? Yes. What's napalm death? Is that sounds like a beer. Let's get a pull going here. Birdline the mitts. A grindcore metal band. Okay, that does fit the bill for that name. I got separated and cut down and that's all I hear. That's all I hear. You're gonna die anyway. Oh, don't you actually save this guy? Yeah, you actually save this guy. Never mind. These guys, when they get behind the fountain, it's so annoying. A rondel is a dagger. Okay. Shut up and give me the chest! Sheesh. Oh, cursed well. Very nice. Very nice. We like cursed wells. The guy back there nearly died in the event. Yeah, whatever. I'll see him again. It's weird how the same guy just keeps getting overwhelmed in these dungeons. He's like, please help! I suck! I should just tell him to like go to MAXROLL. Just be like, man, what are you doing? Just go to MAXROLL, man. What are you doing? Ring, bone charm. Yeah, none of this stuff. Slurp it up. Can I pick up my shield, please? Let me pick up the shield. He was probably a summon build. Monka S. Horrifying, I have my build all, I have the planners all in my Discord if you want to go check those out. But real quick, I've got Anticipation, Accursed Touch, Domination, Metamorphosis, and Flowing Veins right now. Heathen's Keep. Let's go Heathen's Keep. All right. If you guys have played Crypt of the Necrodancer, you know what I'm doing. Everybody else that doesn't know what that is, you need to go play Crypt of the Necrodancer. Yeah, Xander. See, Xander knows. I was getting blasted there. I didn't have my shield up. Nice pixel there. Okay. Where is the way forward? Oh, I think it's over here. I don't think I can even make these guys unstoppable, right? Like, keep trying, but I just can't do it. Dude, why is my cool... Oh, I have a cooldown shrine. I was about to say, what is happening? What is happening? Oh, we're full. The man is on fire! Hey, Suprema. How you doing?
I can break that down.
That, hold up. That's very interesting.
You can still use these. I can break that down.
This amulet deserves a roll or two. I mean, look at it. It's got nearly max close, nearly max distant damage, and one obvious rerollable stat. By the way, the damage is like near max. This deserves a few rerolls. Damage reduction while injured. What is that? That is the max. I don't have a use for a damage reduction while injured amulet. What? I don't have a use for that. That's not something I can do right now. CDR is okay. Is that max? That's max CDR. I mean, that's... Even though it's a little weird, that is a nice amulet. I'm not wearing legendary boots. No, I'm wearing Flicker Step. DR close, DR fortified, movement gloom versus this. This is pretty nice, man. It doesn't have movement speed, which means I don't wear it for Nightmare Dungeon 100, but this is definitely wearable for, like, I don't know, some kind of Zir thing. We need armory. Armory is a nice to have. There's a lot they need to do with the game. The game's in not a... Like, overall, the game needs some help. There are some things the game really needs. And armory is not one of those things. At least not yet. I do agree, like, if I could have all of the things, I would get an armory too, but, like, what we really need is better itemization and in-game stuff. We need juicing mechanics, crafting, like, we need that stuff. So if/when we get that stuff, then then maybe we can start thinking a little bit more about APIs and armories and stuff like that. As for stash space, I think that they've already committed to fixing the biggest problem with the stash, which is they're going to get the Codex powers out of the stash. They've already told us that at BlizzCon. I don't know when that's going to happen, but they said they're going to do that, so. And to be honest, the Diablo 4 team has been very consistent. When they say they're going to do something, they're going to do it. This isn't Diablo 3 eras anymore, you know, like, you know. Diablo 3 era, they were like, we're going to do esports level PvP, and you're like, and then it never happened. Yeah. That stuff is this isn't Diablo 3 anymore. This is a different era. I think in some small way, since the Microsoft acquisition started, that Blizzard has been on sort of a redemption arc. I think there have been a few misses here and there, but they're on this like redemption arc where like all of these bad things happened and they're like, we gotta fix it, we gotta fix it, we gotta fix it. You can see that happening with D4, right? Where like the game was released early. It very much feels like because a certain executive wanted their golden parachute. Very much feels that way. And then they are out to fix it. By the way, I love the sound of that bell.
New subscriber.
Happy Lookout, thank you for that, Prime. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Kind of hate clicking on that key. Love the creativity of your builds. Keep it up, man. Of course. Yeah, Happy Lookout. I've got all my builds in the Discord. If you want to check that out, exclamation mark Discord in the chat will take you there. Got a whole builds channel for you. Where are we? This is the Helltide we already did. Is Scourge not that great? It's not bad. It's okay. I've used it in the past. Would you play Doombringer? No. Doombringer is weird. Doombringer is like trying to make core skills good and simultaneously make healing a thing with Shadow, which all those things don't really combine super well. Like, core skills with healing smells a lot like Blood Lance, but then Shadow damage, it doesn't really fit really well with anything. The DR is nice. DR is always nice, but oh well, that's busted. I'm not dropping frames. Okay, yeah, okay. Every time that those events fail, I always get worried that I am lagging or lost my connection to the server or something when it's just the event failing. What do we got? We got Event. Oh, it's Avenger. Okay, that's fine. It's funny that you can attack. You can shoot a projectile down that. That's pretty funny. I think I do a little bit too much left clicking, and I should do a little bit more W spam with this build. I think it would play a little smoother if I do that. Maybe just spam it like once and then hold W. Do you have movement speed on your amulet? I do right now, yeah. But I have a bunch of different amulets. Yeah, the W spam works really well there. I'm gonna change up that play style. Been picking up all these pants and stuff. Greetings, fleshy mammals. Hey, Sue. Soodle. Soodle noob. Noodles. Okay, I see. I got it. First? No. No such luck. Where are we going? Town? We're going town. You take one Imbiber or Scourge for X Falls focus. I'm not certain. They're pretty close. It kind of depends on exactly what board you're putting it on and so on, but I'm not the biggest fan of Imbiber. It does mathematically work out in some cases.
What's left you ask?
It's close to being good, man. I already have like 15 of these.
What's still got some good in it?
I don't mind the dodge chance, actually. And the high DR is not bad. That would be a nice piece if you were like leveling or something and you needed something. Oh, the base move speed here is kind of cool. Ooh, DRDR dodge. Bone prison. Weird. Dodge against close. Huh. Double DR.
Better than starting from nothing.
No. Uh... You guys want to go Goa? It's got shadow damage over time resist. Let's do it. It's funny, man. 60% less damage. I need to go back and finish this game. I never finished the Final Fantasy VII Remake. And the part 2 of that is going to come out pretty soon, right? I think so. I think the part 2 is coming out. What is this? Oh, it's just Portal. Okay, that's fine. Stand in those suck. Good night, Mr. Deadman. Amplify over Imbiber? I think Amplify is fine. I think Amplify is not a bad choice. The problem, the reason I don't run Amplify so much is because it's only active when you actually cast the curse. And that's a lot less than you would think. What did I just pick up? Oh, I just picked up cooldown. Oh, okay, that's nice. Guess we'll just blitz past all this. Stack on the Watchman. Yeah, stuff. Go. Pop! Pop! There he is. Kapow! We gotta catch the chocobo, everybody! Doors. The only final boss. The final boss of every Diablo game. The doors. Werewolf boy. Girl. Then mother. I guess it's girl. Oh god. Melt! There we go. She didn't want to melt. Let's go hit these whispers up here. Click, 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 damn it. Damn it! I hate this. I'm not trying to move the map, I promise. You're watching on mute, Jacko? Okay. Hey, Jacko. I'm not sure you can hear me, Jacko, but if you're gonna mute, you might know this, but if you're gonna mute a stream, mute the tab. Don't mute the player, because if you mute the player, then Twitch won't count you as a viewer. Tunic, Nazar, pants. Okay, the rest of the stuff is not gonna be helpful. Oh, right. Yeah, this is a great build. Relentless. Welcome in. Good to see you again. And it's really funny during Jar of Souls events too, because you can just literally take your hands off the mouse and keyboard and let sacrilegious work.
It is done.
Let's go through the loot, see if we got anything. Trash. 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 Armor, Gloom, Lucky Hit Barrier. And they're all pretty good, too. I think I might keep that Ammy. Trash. 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 Not bad, but trash. 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 And then amulet's not the worst thing in the world. Lucky Hit, Barrier, Armor, Gloom. Yeah, it's basically just this, basically, right? I take it back. I'm probably gonna dunk this. Probably gonna dunk this. Yeah. Alright guys, why don't we do at least one more nightmare dungeon? How about let's do Crusaders at least. And then we'll maybe do one more after that, I don't know. Wow, it's not even that late? Did I start early? Tomorrow, by the way, tomorrow's gonna be huge, you guys. I'm going to be... Basically, tomorrow's gonna be a reaction stream, and I'll be on quite early. There's gonna be a lot of PoE, there's gonna be a lot of D4. I actually have to, like, there's like a schedule. It's gonna start. D4 is gonna be on at 11 a.m. PT. But I'll be reacting to everything if you guys want to drop by. Forgot the key. Do you have advice for first couple of unique aspect? I have I have no idea how to get from world tier 3. So in general, stack damage reduction. If you're dying too much on world tier 3, you need to stack more damage reduction. Damage reduction is very, very valuable for keeping your character alive. Yeah, Jack. Get out of here, man. Good night. Is it oh, you're talking about aspects? Yeah, they're luck based. The drops are luck based. You can get some of them from dungeons as well. What did we get? Oh my god, we got Renegade's Retreat. No, please. Please no. Let's go do this Heathen's Keep, shall we? Hello, Gamer Waifu. Alright, Gamer Waifu just got home, so this will be the last one. Yes, Gamer Waifu, snuggles. Gamer Waifu just came in the door and she was like, Snuggles? I don't know why thought I could go up there, but I'm glad this is the last one of the night. Because my brain is not working anymore. Oh, I've got a blister too. GG. Oh, we got a Black River drop? It's a max. It's a max? It's a 130X? It's not better than my current Black River, but that's funny to get just from a Nightmare Dungeon. That doesn't usually happen. That's a good place to end the stream, you guys. Hey everyone, thank you so much again for tuning into the stream. I hope you had a great time. I did tonight. And yeah, we'll see you next time. We're going to raid, so stick around. Have a good night. Peace.